Okay, here's a quadcopter, and here are some propellers, and the propellers are not mounted. So let's see which propeller goes where. Propellers are not the same. Here we have two different propellers. If you look at the angle of the blade, one is tilted in one direction and the other is tilted in another direction. The top one is tilted this way and the bottom one is tilted this way, this and this. Okay, so let's get one of the propellers and place them onto that motor. This requires a spacer also, but that doesn't matter right now. And let's analyze it. So in order for this motor to push down the air, it should spin in this direction. And that's because this is the top part and the other one is the lower part, and from top it should push down the air, and that should be in this direction, that is to the left. Okay, now get a nut. Let's say this one. There are two types of nuts, a black and white, and they are not the same. So let's get the white nut, place it on top. There's a thread, and since we said that the propeller should spin to the left, then move the motor also with your finger to the left. Is the nut tightening? No, it's not. It's falling off. So at least the nut is not good, either the nut or the propeller. So let's replace this nut, get the black one, put it on top, that has a reverse thread, move the motor also to the right, to the left, sorry, and this nut is not good either. So that means, if neither nuts are not good, that the propeller has to be in the wrong position. So this one does not belong here. So if this one is tilted into one direction, then get another one which is tilted in the reverse direction. Okay, now this one, in order to push down the air, it should move not to the left but to the right. Okay, now get the white thread, turn the motor to the right, and it's still not tightening. As you can see, it's falling off. Then that has to mean that the nut is not correct. And spin the motor to the right, and yes, it is tightened. So this belongs here. It's not centered because I didn't insert that spacer, but it belongs here. Okay, now finally let's get the other one. So this and this should spin in one direction, and the other two should spin in another direction. That means that the propeller that didn't match here, it should be okay for this one. So place it there and get, let's say this time also a black nut. Spin the motor according to the propeller to the left in order to push down the air. Okay, and let's get a black nut. That's theoretically not good because there's a black nut here also. Spin it to the left. It's not tightening, so yes, get the other one. Spin it to the left, and it is tightening. Okay, so that one is fine also. This spins to the left, that spins to the right. Okay, I have 5 propellers here. So if this one is spinning to the left in order to push down the air, then the other one in diagonal also has to spin to the left. Put it there, and there's an error in the system. If this one is white, then this should be white also, but it's black because I don't have the correct motor there. But let's try to tighten it. Black tightens to the left, and it's done. And since this one is turning to the right, then get one which is turning to the right also. And this one is black also. That is black, this should be black, so that's good. So the mistake is only here. Okay, and I should also power it. And if it flies, then the nuts should automatically tighten themselves. If it flies off, if the propellers will come off, then they are not connected correctly. Yes, here's the mistake. This motor is spinning in the opposite direction, so this one will come off. Let's try it once again. Yep. This one, which is incorrect, it automatically came off. The other ones should tighten. Those are not coming off. Okay, now let's add these spacers. I added a few of them. Just push it inside there and place it on top. And I will make another test. The nut will be placed barely on top, just a tiny bit is rotated so it won't come off. Okay, another nut placed here, so it's not exactly coming off, but it's not tightened. And this one also, I will remove it, put it back and tighten it just a little bit. Okay, so they are loose. This one is not connected because the motor is not threaded in the correct direction. This one is CCW, that is counterclockwise, and it should be clockwise. So the motor can be turned into any direction just by switching two wires out of the three. That is fine, but the thread is not the same. Okay, so let's power it on, and these three will be spinning. This doesn't matter because it doesn't have a propeller right now, and if the propellers are in the correct position also, then it should automatically tighten. So let's power this on and throttle it up a little bit. As you can see, none of them are coming off, and they are not moving either, so they are self-tightening. They are not moving. Okay, just because the nut was tightened, that doesn't mean automatically that the propeller is in the correct position. There's still a gap there below. So I should push down the propeller even more. That's it, now there's no gap. And now if I power it on, turn on the radio and spin up this motor, then you will see that this nut will tighten itself. No, it doesn't like not horizontal surfaces. Okay, finally. And as you can see, the nut went down. Of course, tighten these screws manually also. As you can see, they can be tightened. And since this motor has a reverse thread, I can still use it, but I have to tighten it really well and maybe glue the nut also. So it's possible to fly even with a motor that has a reverse thread, but it's highly unrecommended. I flew with it and it worked.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
This is not a drill.
Repeat, this is not a drill.
Is that all you got?
Let's begin now.
What up? Oh, for sure.